Welcome as always to As Media Changes. I'm Seth Odell, and today we're talking about 5 tips for handling TV news live shots. Number 1, make parking a breeze. Off the bat, you want to know that there's 2 different kinds of live trucks, the satellite truck and the microwave truck. The satellite truck can be as large as a bus and uses a satellite dish to transmit video and audio signals back to the station. And the microwave truck is probably what you're most used to seeing. This one is the size of a van and uses a roughly 30-foot mast that comes out of the top to transmit its video and audio signals back to the station. Now, both of these vehicles have parking restrictions. Satellite trucks have a hard time fitting in tight spaces, tight alleys, and microwave trucks have to have full clearance above them, which means no overhanging trees or power lines, so their masts can go up unobstructed. It's important when you're planning your events to prepare in case live trucks do come, so make sure you have parking set aside in advance for both microwave and satellite trucks, because you never know which one might show up. Finally, it's important to understand that these live trucks take a long time to set up, so do your homework first and never ask a live truck to move. Number 2. Bring the story to the shot. Once the live shots are set up, the photographers have to physically have their cameras plugged back into the truck. So that means if your event is inside a building or down around a corner, they have to physically run cable from the camera all the way back. And that can be a huge hassle. So whenever possible, bring the story to the truck, or at least have the trucks park as close as possible to where your event is taking place. Now, if you have to have it inside, obviously that's fine, but it's important to give the media a heads up and tell them how far they'll have to run cable if they're gonna bring a live truck. So literally, go out and measure and tell them it's gonna be inside City Hall and it's 200 feet from the nearest spot for live trucks to park. The third one is probably the most obvious, and it's make the live shot visual. If you think the media might be going live from your press conference or event, it's important for you to think about what's going to be going on behind the reporter and try to make that as visual and exciting as possible. If it's a sporting event, maybe you have excited fans, or if it's a political announcement, it can be on the steps of the Capitol. Ultimately, this decision is going to be made by the reporter that's doing the live shot, but they want it to be as visual as possible, so anything you can do to offer and help is going to be appreciated. And that brings us to number 4, control the environment. We've all seen scenes like this,
who live alone and don't have heat.
When reporters want the story to be visual and often want to interview members of the public nearby, it's important for you to do your part to control the environment and make sure no unwanted guests come in and interrupt the live shot. And that brings us to number 5. Accommodating live shots is not a 9-to-5 job. This is probably something that most PR professionals don't want to hear, but when it comes to live shots, you need to be there. It doesn't matter if it's 5 in the morning or 11 o'clock at night. This is your pitch, and if the media are going to come out and cover your story, you have to be there to do everything you can to help. Finally, let me just add that for reporters and photographers, live shots can be incredibly stressful, so do absolutely everything you can to accommodate and make their jobs easier. Those are my 5 tips, but what are yours? Leave a comment and let me know if you guys think I missed anything.